Oh, what's James here again? What should you eat before and after your workout? Okay, so two parts to this. One, I want to make sure you are having something to eat before you work out. Okay. Now, the substrate, now, if you're strength training, okay, the substrate, i.e., the fuel source that you're going to be using to power your strength training is going to be your muscle glycogen. Okay. Glycogen is a carbohydrate. It is the simplest form of, well, it's the form of carbohydrate that's stored actually like inside the muscle. Okay, so you've got it in, or you've got to ingest and digest carbohydrate sources, so that uh, uh, you end up having your kind of your fuel tank kind of topped off, by the way. So right, and then having a bit circulating around your body. So pre-workout, you probably want to have, depending on how close to your workout you're eating, depends on how simple or complex the carbohydrates should be. Okay. So what does that mean? Simple means things like that are more like sugar, and complex are things are more like starches. So like potatoes, rice, bread, pasta, longer chains that take longer for your body to digest and then put in. Reason being, when you take the longer, the more starchy things further away from your workout, it just basically kind of evens that curve out. You don't need them as immediately, so you can have a bit of a kind of a slower burn carbohydrate source. There's not a huge difference. There's a thing called glycemic index, so it tells you how similar a thing, a carbohydrate source acts like sugar. And when you ingest it, and there's like score of up like one being is exactly like sugar, so like table sugar or glucose. I think just like glucose that you just eat, it's given a score of one, so it's all relative to that. Okay, if it's less than that, it doesn't get absorbed quicker. If it's more than that, it does get absorbed quicker. I don't know if there's actually anything that gets absorbed quicker than just glucose. I'm not sure. Find it. Okay, so that's pre-workout nutrition. Okay, and that could come from. And another thing that might affect that is fiber. So if you're having like really like a packet of like like sweets, they're going to be really, really like quickly into your blood system. So if you've got a workout in like 30 minutes and you haven't eaten anything all day and you still want your workout to go as well as it can go, then get some quick acting sugars into your bloodstream. But if you're planning out your meals well, and lunch is the last time you have before you do a workout after work, and you maybe have a snack in between, then it could be whatever carbohydrate source you have is like bread, pasta, rice, potatoes, sweet potato, whatever. Then you've got post workout. Okay, now a lot of people will quote things like the post workout window. Um, that only really matters when you are like at the thinnest edge of the wedge in terms of like physique goals. Like if you're trying to be a bodybuilder and you're trying to get down to like 6 or 7% body fat, that's really the only people that matters for. That's probably not you. So you don't have to be a maniac about, as soon as you finish your last set of your workout, getting your protein shaker out and glugging it. Can if you want to, but it's really not making much of a benefit. The main things thinking about after your workout is we're now in a recovery mode. Okay, so one, we need some sort of source of carbohydrates, like 60 to 90 minutes post workout. So if you do your workout after work at 5:30 and you're done by 6:30, as long as you have your dinner before 8 o'clock, you're fine. Most people with their dinner will have a protein source as well, like in breast, steak, turkey, whatever it is. Okay, um, and that's basically it. Like, make sure you have some carbs before, make sure you get some carbs and protein after, and then have your protein evenly spaced throughout the day. You'll get 95% of all the kind of nutrition gold you want to get out of that, as long as your calories are. But that's a whole different topic. Okay. Right. If you enjoyed that, hit that follow button, that like button, send it to someone who you think's maybe struggling with, like, they're hitting a bit of a plateau in the gym, they're struggling a bit making gains. They can comment down below chat, and I will send them a link to have a chat, and we can have a what we call a no sweat intro, where I can go over what's bothering them and seeing if I can help them out. And I'll speak to you later.